Hi there, I'm Teresa Scrivens, and I am an independent consultant for Norwex. And I'm here today to talk to you a little bit about our Enviro cloth and how easy it is to clean your bathroom with just a wet Enviro cloth and the trusty sidekick, the polishing cloth. Now keep in mind, our Enviro cloth, all of our cloths are going to tell you on the little tag literally what kind of cloth they are. The Enviro cloth, I consider that my everything cloth because literally I can use this to clean almost my entire house, okay? The polishing cloth, it will say window cloth. Some of them say polishing, but most of them will say window. But since we use this for polishing, a little shortcut we use to remember which one to use first is we call the Enviro cloth Elvis and the polishing cloth Presley. So that's a little thing you might use to kind of remember, because there are people who've used these in the wrong order and they really just don't work well that way. So anyway, wet Enviro cloth, the first thing I'm going to do is come in here and wipe down my mirror. And then because this is a glass mirror, I'm going to come in with my polishing cloth and I am going to shine after I've wiped it down with the Enviro cloth. Now the only time this is not a two-step process all the time, ladies. The only time I'm going to use the polishing cloth is on chrome, mirrors, and windows like glass. That, or if you have some granite that's real shiny and black, you might want to use this because it almost looks like glass, okay? So I've got my mirror done. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to come in and wipe down my countertop. And the nice thing about this is because I'm working with a damp cloth, I don't have anything spraying up onto my clean mirror, or when I'm cleaning the mirror, I don't have chemicals spraying down on my countertop. Everything stays clean. It's wonderful. So I'm just going to wipe down my tile, and I can also wipe down anything on this and keep it nice and clean. And then the last thing I'm going to do, and that's why I love having these multiple edges, if my cabinet had some makeup or something like that on it and I got it on my cloth, I can just flip, because the way you fold your cloths is you actually fold them into quarters, so you actually have 8 cleaning surfaces. But one thing I want to point out, don't bunch this up and clean like this, because the way these microfibers work, what you need to understand is these microfibers are made with a very, very thin thread. As a matter of fact, anything to be designated microfiber has to be 1/6 the size of one of your pieces of hair, or your piece of hair. Not a piece of hair, a strand of hair. But Norwex's actually is 1/200th the size of a strand of hair. So they're very fine, so it creates those cavities to pick that stuff up. So that's why our cloths are so incredibly wonderful at cleaning, and they do such a wonderful job. So anyway, we're going to finish wiping down our sink with our Enviro. And once we've got that done, the last thing I might do is bring that shiner in and just wipe down this chrome faucet. So the next thing I'm going to do, ladies, is I'm going to move to the commode. And the first thing I do, now I could clean this entire commode with nothing but water. And if I wanted to, even the inside of my commode, if I wanted to, I could just take Norwex's commode brush, and what I could do, it's called a toilet brush. I like to call it a commode. What I could do is just take this as is without any cleaner and clean out my commode. But some people like to have a little cleaner, and we have a wonderful bathroom cleaner that is non-toxic. And so what I do is just either put a little on my wand or squirt it into the actual commode itself. And I'm just going to take this and swish it around in my commode. Now with my little arm, I can catch around the rim. And then I can also catch that little tunnel they have down in the bottom of the commode that gets so dirty with so much buildup. If you have buildup in your commode, we have a lot of really cool products. Magnet ball, descalers, all those things. Those will be separate videos. But I just want you to know we have products that could clean almost anything chemically free. It's awesome. Anyway, so we've cleaned the inside of our commode. And the next thing we're going to do, I'm just going to set this out of the way. because the next process we're going to do is we're going to actually clean the commode, the outside of it. Now, I am what I would call a woman of age, not old, but not a spring chick. And because of that, when I'm cleaning, if I can stay off my knees, I do. Now, it's not always possible, but I do my best. So I'm going to show you how I clean around commodes, because I clean houses for a living. Most of you know that. And I clean a lot of commodes in a day. So I try to make it as easy on myself as possible. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to close my lid down, and I'm going to sit on this commode just like I'm getting on a horse. Anyway, so the first thing I'm going to do while I'm sitting here, before I even address my commode, I'm going to reach over here and I'm going to wipe off my toilet bowl or toilet paper holder, because you know what? A lot of dust gets on those. They're always dusty. And then I'm just going to lean over and I'm going to wipe down my baseboards, and especially that water line behind my commode. Okay, did y'all see that? Because that tends to collect a lot of dirt. Now, the next thing I'm going to do, I've got those baseboards and stuff, but the next thing I'm going to do is actually the back base of my commode. You can probably do this in different orders. I'm just telling you how I like to do it. So I'm going to wipe this down, and if you're like me, ladies, almost every house I go into, there's a dust issue on the back tank, so don't ever feel bad about that. I think they're just dust magnets, period. But now that we're not using product, I'm anxious to see if they stay cleaner. So then I'm just going to continue wiping my commode. Now I've done this. I'm going to have to move off my saddle, right girls? So I'm going to step away, and this is where I do have to take a knee. But the next thing I like to do is wipe my floor around my commode, okay? And then I'm going to flip it to another cleaning surface, and I'm going to start at the bottom of my base and work my way up. And I'm just going to wipe down my entire commode pedestal, okay? And I'm going to do that, of course, on both sides. I don't know why those little caps always fly off. Do you have those problems, ladies? I do. So now I've cleaned my toilet, the whole floor, all the trim. I've cleaned all the way up. And the next thing I'm going to do is wipe down my lid. I'm going to go along the base, make sure that I've got this back part wiped down, lift up the lid, and just continue through. And this is where people get a little wiggy. When we lift this lid, we're going to wipe the inside of our lid, go around the ring, and we can flip it to another side if we're starting to get concerned. And then I'm just going to use this literally just to go around the rim. All right? And there you have a perfectly clean commode. The only thing I had left were a few dust bunnies. And we are done.